Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Seton Hall versus Monmouth college basketball matchup on Tuesday, December 12th, 2023. Of course, we do tons of free picks every day, but if you're looking for the games we like the best, those are the ones we put under the Premium Picks tab at Pickdawgz.com. You can use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays meant for people who make big bets. If that's you, go ahead and text the number you see on the screen because they're not available on the website. The only way to get them is to text. Let's get to this one. Seton Hall taking on Monmouth. And of course, if you live in New Jersey, you will not see this game on your betting apps if you're using those legal betting apps in those states. So, this game might not be for you, or unless you have, well, maybe other ways you can go bet them. But the thing is, Seton Hall enters this one 5-4 in the season. Monmouth 5-4 in the season. But Seton Hall just 3-6 against the number, despite being 5-1 straight up in their home games and 3-3 against the number in their home games. Meanwhile, Monmouth 1-3 on the road, but 2-1 against the number. But against the spread, 6-2-1 this season. So Monmouth certainly looking to get something done, at least for us, that are backing them at the window. When we look at, the kind of the tail of the tape, and these teams play each other every year as New Jersey teams. Seton Hall has very much owned this series. They actually did put it on halt for a few years, but they played last year. Seton Hall absolutely belting Monmouth in that game and covering the spread. But prior to that, Monmouth had pretty much held their own against Seton Hall, at least when it came to the point spread. When we look at how they got here, Monmouth defeated NIU last time out, Northern Illinois 74-71, 1-point favorite. They had lost to a pair of Ivies, Cornell and Penn. Both those games on the road. They did cover the spread against Cornell, put 87 points on the board, just allowed 91 in that thing. What we've seen generally from Monmouth is that when they've been able to keep their opponent's scores at a reasonable level, they've been able to win games and cover spreads. When they don't, well, they lose, and it doesn't look pretty. Same thing, in that Princeton game. But regardless of how you look at it, Monmouth just has not played a higher level of competition. Really, their big step-up game was at West Virginia. They were getting 14, lost by a dozen in that game. We're getting to that point of the season, especially in out-of-conference play, where there's only 2 weeks left of out-of-conference play and maybe 2.5 weeks for some teams. So there's not all that many games left, and we're going to be heading into conference play, which I think is a little bit easier to compare apples to apples when you look at it. Meanwhile, for Seton Hall losing back-to-back games, I think the game against, Baylor, I don't think there was any surprise in that one, but the game against Rutgers, they were favored in that game and lost. So they played also Iowa, USC. They've played against some tough teams. They just haven't really gotten it done against them. So it's one thing to schedule up, but you at least want to show up in those games. And we know that Monmouth can hit those threes at a pretty good rate. One of the best three-point shooting teams in the nation. We know that Seton Hall defends the three okay, but not great. They have the better offense here for sure, but I just like teams that can throw in that three, keep the game close, and that's why I'm going to take Monmouth, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. They'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.